I'm finally back in my studio. It's been a while, but I'm back. I'm always telling you guys why you should join the Air Force. I'm telling you all the good reasons why you should join the Air Force, but I never talk about why you shouldn't join the Air Force. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys 5 reasons why you shouldn't join the Air Force. Number 1, all right, if you're joining the Air Force for a specific job, like if you're going into the recruiter's office and you're saying, hey, I want to be a firefighter, and that's it, most likely you're not going to get in the Air Force. The Air Force has a job selection process, and if you're not familiar with the job selection process, you need to get familiar before you go into the recruiter's office. If you're not familiar with the job process, I'm gonna try to make this really quick so you understand. Basically, when you go into the recruiter's office, we don't even know what you can do. So when you're saying you want to be a firefighter or whatever the job is, we don't even know if you're qualified for that. So the only way we're gonna know if you're qualified for that is if you go to MEPS, you have to complete the physical, and you also have to complete the ASVAB. Both of those are gonna determine what jobs you're qualified for. So we can't even talk jobs until you go to MEPS and we figure out what your qualifications are. When you go to MEPS, at least for active duty, you have to list 7 to 10 jobs on the MEPS floor. If all you list is firefighter, you're probably not gonna be able to swear into the delay entry program. So if you're only joining for one specific job, you're probably gonna be let down when you actually go see a recruiter. So don't do that. Number 2, don't join to go to a specific location. Like if your dream is to live in Florida or Guam, don't join the Air Force so you can go to that spot. Before you join the Air Force, you want to understand how the location selection process goes. So in the Air Force, we call it the dream sheet. So if you're not familiar with the dream sheet, I'll try to explain it real quick. When you go to basic training, you're gonna sit down with someone and you get to list 8 stateside locations and 8 overseas locations. The Air Force is basically gonna look at that list, that dream sheet, and they're gonna see what you listed, what's available, and also where your job can go. And keep in mind, not every job in the Air Force can go to the same location. If you're working on bomber aircrafts, you can't go everywhere that a security forces member can go. Security forces is everywhere. Bomber aircrafts are only at certain locations. So you have to be familiar with where your job can go. I do understand that it's really hard to find out where your job can go prior to going to basic training, but don't fret, because when you get to tech school, you can actually update that list. And by the time you're in tech school, you're gonna be more familiar with where your job can go. You can try to go to thebalancecareers.com. I'll leave the link in the description box. And when you're on that website, you can pull up different careers in the Air Force in their job descriptions. And some of the job descriptions actually have duty locations. You don't see that information for every job on the balance, but there are some where you can see the locations prior to going to basic training. So once the Air Force is trying to match you to your list, they're basically gonna look at your number 1 pick, and they're gonna go all the way down until they can match you to somewhere. If they get all the way down to your last pick and they can't match you to any location on your dream sheet, Air Force is gonna send you where they need you. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's a dream sheet because at the end of the day, we're kind of dreaming, but it does have a track record of working out pretty good. For me, at least, I got my number 1 pick 3 out of 4 times. The only time it didn't work for me was when I was a brand new recruiter and I wanted to recruit in Florida and I wanted to recruit in Texas. I created my dream sheet. I said, hey, these locations, these locations, these locations. And the next thing I know, the Air Force said, hi, you're going to Iowa. Wasn't in the dream, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You just gotta make the most, gotta make the best out of your situation. 3rd, please, wherever you are, whoever you are, because I know you watch it. If you're a weirdo and you're trying to join the Air Force so you can kill people legally, we don't want you. I do understand that this is the military, and there are times when you may have to directly or indirectly take someone's life to protect our nation. But if you're joining because you're some psychopath and you want to go out there and kill people, bro, that's weird. Stop that. You need to talk to someone. Secondly, it's the Air Force. We don't have that many jobs where you're out just killing people. We do have some special warfare jobs, of course. They may have to run into some action like that. And we also have some flying jobs where they're dropping bombs. But the Air Force, we're not just out here just shooting at people, man. 4th, don't join the Air Force as a last resort. We gotta kill that stigma. We gotta kill that way of thinking. The Air Force is not some rock bottom, my life is over type of decision. It may come off as a surprise, but we are actually a good career choice. We have competitive pay. We have a great tuition assistance program. We have a bunch of career paths and opportunities. Our health insurance and dental insurance is A1. We pay for your rent, we pay for your groceries. So when you hear people saying don't join the Air Force or don't join the military because this or that, the Air Force is a great career choice. So don't wait until you're rock bottom to join, because usually when you wait until you're rock bottom, you probably gotten in trouble with the law, you've probably done a lot of drugs, whatever it is that's caused you to be rock bottom. And now when you try to go join the Air Force, you're actually disqualified and you can't even do it because we don't just take anybody. So don't wait until you're rock bottom. Join when you're qualified, strike when the iron's hot, and a good time to join is now. 5, lastly, don't join if you're a tool, a jerk, a dirtbag, scum, whatever it is. If people didn't like you in your regular life and you think you're gonna join the military to impress people and now you're gonna be some type of hero, some type of tough guy, you're still not gonna be that in the Air Force. What you need to do is take a deep reflection, look yourself in the mirror and ask, why do I have these problems? Those are the tough questions that can help you start becoming a better version of you. Now, the Air Force can provide you discipline, it can provide you confidence, independence, and all that. But we can't turn you from a tool into a hero. That's on you. Now, if you want to hear some reasons why you should join the Air Force, I made this cool video. It's called Stink River. We all basically floating down this. You can click on the video and watch it. I hope this video brought value to you. Like I always say, stay beautiful, stay classy, and until next time, check me out.